All right, we get started with a live look from South Fargo into downtown. A quiet day, still gray, but temperatures not too bad as we head through our Tuesday evening. 40 degrees still on the thermometer. That's above average for highs this time of year by a couple of degrees. 37 is what it feels like with a wind at only 5 miles per hour, and it's even warmer by 1 degree at Moorheads Airport. Jamestown right now, you have 37 degrees, 35 in Devil's Lake, Sisseton at 38 degrees. A lot of mid and upper 30s as well as we look into portions of western and northwest Minnesota. Look at Otter Tail County, though, nice in Fergus Falls, still near 40 degrees there as well. A lot of cloud cover across our region. Most of us are socked in with clouds, not much showing up on radar. We do have a couple of blips on the screen here north of the Iron Range in Minnesota. Other than that, that's about it until we look into the big sky country of Montana. Unsettled weather developing there with snow north and rain south. Remember, it's been warm here the last few days, so in the eastern plains of Montana, it's warm enough for rain. All of that activity is moving our way. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for this evening. Most of us stay dry. Now, I do think there'll be a chance of some low clouds, some drizzle, maybe even a little bit of light mist out there as well in northwest Minnesota. As we head to bed tonight, though, things will change by morning. Here's what you can expect. Rise and shine. There will be a chance for some snow just beginning to fall from the sky in portions of northeast North Dakota and maybe northwest Minnesota. Light accumulations for the morning drive. It does not look impossible to travel at all or anything like that, with temperatures cold enough for snow up north in the 20s, warm enough for rain down south. Throughout the day, as we head toward the midday hour, you're going to start noticing some accumulation on the Highway 2 corridor and points north. Notice these purples here. That's some moderate to heavy snow briefly taking place up there along the Highway 2, possibly as far south as the Highway 200 corridor and points north. So by the drive time home, if you're in northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota, the snow continues. But notice down here, Southern Valley still has not really begun snowing at all. Warm enough for rain for much of the day. Light rain and snow then beginning late after the drive home. So this will be an impactful system, I think, anywhere along and north of Highway 200 and specifically north of Highway 2. Heading into the late night hours, that's when Fargo, Lisbon, Gwinner, and maybe even portions of Lakes Country will have a chance at getting a dose of snow. Because it begins so late here in Fargo, closer to the 0 to 1 inch scale is what we're thinking. Where you see the dark blues here, a wide area will get between 1 and 3 inches, with a few of us getting a little bit more than that where the heavier bands set up. And where exactly that heavier band sets up is yet to be determined. So there is a winter weather advisory along the northern tier of counties, but many of us along and north of Highway 200 will see snowflakes flying for a good portion of the day. In Fargo, it starts out cloudy, temperatures near 30 degrees, rising into the mid and upper 30s once again, with a chance of sprinkles and rain throughout the early half of the day, and really not changing to snow here likely until we get to the post-dinner time travel time. 40 for tomorrow afternoon in Wahpeton, Breckenridge, but 28 up in the Devil's Lake Basin and in northwest portions of Minnesota as well. A cool day with snow that will accumulate to the tune of 1 to 3 inches for many up north. Beautiful shot here of the corn in the fields. Thanks, Donald. This is near Reynolds. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Once we get past this midweek hump or hiccup in the forecast, it's going to be a cold one on Thursday with temperatures that will likely be falling and northern winds. After that, we rebound nicely. Friday, back up into the mid-30s and above average for Saturday and Sunday. Be a little breezy on Saturday, but all in all, the weekend's looking pretty fair, and that lasts into early next week. That would be the week of Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're going to do some early traveling, the weather here, not too dicey the way it looks right now.
Just a little interesting overnight and tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
A hiccup. So be careful.
Small. Thanks, Hutch.